This is coming from NBCSports.com. Nearly 4 years after the lawsuit was first filed, a key threshold question is moving toward a final answer. The NFL has filed a petition for right of certiorari with the United States Supreme Court as to the question of whether the civil action filed in February of 2022 by former Dolphins coach and now current Vikings defensive coordinator Brian Flores against the NFL, the Dolphins, the Giants, the Broncos, and the Texans will be resolved in court or in arbitration. The specific legal question presented to the Supreme Court is this, quote, whether an arbitration agreement governing disputes in a professional sports league is categorically unenforceable under the Federal Arbitration Act because it designates the league's commissioner as the default arbitrator and permits the commissioner to develop arbitral procedures, end quote. The NFL has widely narrowed the question given that the reasoning, if applied throughout corporate America, would be empower other companies to attempt to rig the in-house arbitration process by putting employment disputes in the hands of the CEO. Still, the league's position is clear. It wants the commissioner to retain power over disputes involving the NFL and the various teams that have hired that handsomely compensate the commissioner. Essentially, what they are saying is Brian Flores, who was with the Dolphins at the time, Miami Dolphins, basically sued the NFL for racial discrimination, saying that y'all basically purposely are not hiring certain coaches, or like, I have proof against these teams that they're not really trying to hire a black coach and blah, blah. When I first read that, I'm like, okay, this is interesting. I want to see where this goes. This was years ago, February of 2022. He has bounced around the league since then. I thought his career was over as a coach when that story first came out. He was suing the league. He is still maintaining a job and even being considered, if not interviewed, for a head coaching position. And I'm like, how, fam? And now they're talking about whether or not this case will be held to going on to the Supreme Court and let them handle it, or is the NFL commissioner, Roger Goodell, who you see here, is he going to be the judge in this lawsuit? That's basically what they're saying. Either the real courts, Supreme Court's going to handle it, or Roger Goodell is going to handle it. And what do you think the CEO of a company, CEO, say loosely, he's the commissioner of the NFL, what do you think he's going to rule in the case of Brian Flores saying that the NFL is racist? The same league that has end racism in the end zone, that has stop hate on the back of players' helmets. I think Roger Goodell is going to choose the side of the NFL and the brand and the shield that he protects and works for. So I agree. Situations like that, discrimination, it should go to Supreme Court. There's no way the CEO or owner of the company should be the judge of the situation. That don't make no sense, fam. So it's interesting to see. I'm going to continue to stay on this lawsuit in this situation, Brian Flores. I want you to remember that name because he is suing the NFL for racial discrimination and he is still employed as a defensive coordinator currently. It might be a head coach. But will the NFL giving him a head coach position, be the reason to kind of sweep all this lawsuit under the rug? That's what I wanted to see too. We'll see. We'll stay on top of this, but let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat, in the comments, or call into the show. 313-46